So if you are someone who's looking to quit, then this video is for you. I'm going to share 3 steps which you can try in succession, keep trying, and I'm pretty sure you can break this and you can enjoy pleasure guilt-free. Hey you guys, this is Sunny. If you are absolutely ready to quit your addiction to pornography, if you've been trying all the different things, stay tuned. I'm going to give you 3 steps, and if you continue to do this, trust me, you can break this habit. People reach out to me asking me, how can we do this? It's strange that people believe that I have this one-point solution, that some secret that I have that I could share with them and it will break the habit. It does not work that way. The reason why you would be addicted to this habit is very different from everybody else on this planet who is addicted to the same habit. We've got different reasons. But we must understand that there is nothing wrong with pleasure. Pleasure is beautiful, pleasure is required. It's a beautiful gift by nature for all of us. There's nothing wrong with it. What we're trying to address is this one compulsive behavior to release or to access pleasure when it comes to sexuality. And a huge number of men right now are stuck in this. So if you are someone who's looking to quit, then this video is for you. I'm going to share 3 steps which you can try in succession, keep trying, and I'm pretty sure you can break this and you can enjoy pleasure guilt-free and have a much, much deeper experience of life, whether it is by yourself in your sexuality or whether you're sharing it with another person or another bunch of people. Now, the most important thing, guys, I want to say before you even do any of these things, ask yourself, why do you want to quit this habit now? And what happens if you don't quit? Well, the question that I want to ask you is, what would happen if nothing changed in your life? If you continued with your habit, how would it affect your health? Would you be looking at something called as porn-induced erectile dysfunction? Most likely, you can go and read that. The good news is that it's a reversible problem, but it does take effort. Okay, so why wait till that point? What happens to your level of confidence? What happens to the opportunities in life for which you do not have any energy? What happens to the quality of life and experiences that you're missing out on because your energy is being drained in one part? What happens to quality of your relationships with people because you have to project this clean and perfect image which you know deep down you do not have. So all the while your confidence is impacted because you feel like an imposter all the time. So what about that? So when you're clear about your why and you know why you want to do this, then you can take these 3 steps. Let me begin with this. I'm not trying to hypnotize you as a hypnotist. I'm just giving an example here. So if you are experiencing this addiction right now, this is what it looks like. So you are addicted, you have your compulsive behavior, it goes to one extreme, extreme, and then that's as much you can push to one extreme. You are no longer getting the dopamine rush, and then you decide to quit cold turkey. And this is what happens. You swing to the other side, swing. You abstain. You might use different modalities to abstain. Some of you might use religious modalities. You might say that I'm going to abstain for Lent. I'm going to abstain for some other religious reasons. And you might just go for 40 days, 50 days of no-fap. You might just go with the trending thing on the internet of no-fap, and you might just push yourself. Now, another extreme. Now, just watch what happens when you go to another extreme. There you go. Okay, extreme to extreme. So one extreme is addiction, another extreme is abstinence. Addiction, abstinence. And what is happening here? A lot of energy is being spent in going from one extreme to another. And in many cases, an entire lifetime is spent, decades and a whole lifetime is spent in just swinging on the extreme, just to get the energy spent. Whereas an easier way to do is just this. Take the middle path of balance. There's nothing wrong with pleasure. But the balance, here's where you're not losing any energy. Energy saved is energy maintained, energy which you can use to have a much deeper and fuller experience of life, right? So why do all your attempts which you try by going cold turkey does not work? Well, the answer is simple. You're trying to use your conscious mind. Okay. When was the last time you used your conscious mind and got anything in terms of learning something new or changing your habit? Okay, when it comes to learning how to swim or learning how to ride a bicycle, how did you learn it? I mean, as long as you kept thinking that I'm swimming, I'm kicking, I'm moving my hands, did you learn it? It's only when you got into the flow you realize that you are learning. As long as you're looking at your legs pedaling the bicycle and you're thinking to yourself, you're not learning. It's the minute you let go when the unconscious mind takes over. Similarly, the example of driving a car. Take anything you've learned, it is not through your conscious mind. So every time you take a decision, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to give up on my habit of pornographic dependence, well, it doesn't work because you're using your conscious mind, and that's not where the problem is. In fact, the problem is not pornography at all. The problem is something deep, 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 deep in your unconscious. And the good thing is, the good news is that where the problem exists, there are also solutions that exist in the unconscious. So, how do we get those solutions? Well, there are three things that you could do. Number one, you want to establish a good relationship with your unconscious mind, okay? Because the unconscious mind or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, is where the changes will happen. That's where all the resources are. So you want to connect, have a good relationship with your unconscious mind. Let me give an example of understanding a good relationship with your unconscious mind. Let's say you are looking for your keys, okay? It's right in front of you on your desk, but you can't see it. Has that ever happened to you? Okay, it's right in front of you. You can't see it. You've just been looking, where's my key? Where are my keys? And it's right there. That's your unconscious mind playing with you. That also shows your connection, your relationship with your unconscious mind. It can make things appear or disappear right in front of your eyes. You might forget someone's name right when you need that name, and 20 minutes later, you might remember their name. That's again your relationship with your unconscious mind. All right. So, you want to develop this if you want to have any chance of changing any habit, including this one. So, how do you go about doing this? You could try different modalities. You could try self hypnosis. There are many books on this subject, there are courses available online. If you don't know what to go with, reach out to me and I will suggest some courses which you can do. They could be as cheap as less than $3 to $4 or $5 in one go. You can just practice this for yourself, right? You could try pranayama, you could try yoga meditation, you could try mindfulness. One thing that I recommend very strongly, since you already have a connection with this habit, okay, and it means that you do enjoy pleasure, which is really all of us enjoy pleasure, right? So one thing that you could try is tantra. Now people get all weird when they hear things like tantra. Oh my goodness, like because their religious sentiments get really disturbed, and you can keep that aside and just try the physical aspects of it without doing anything religious. You can just go for understanding your senses. How do you essentially respond to things? You can do the breathing aspects, you can do the exercises, and that is great. I will make a separate video on the aspect of mindful masturbation, which is taken from the idea of solo tantra. I'll talk about this in a different video, but these are things that you could try. One word I want to put in about these things is that these are all, you could call them art forms. Do not expect fireworks just because you've tried them for a day or two. Okay, people spend many, many months in just getting understanding and learning these things. So keep going, keep trying, keep learning this, because every day that you spend with these things, you're learning something. It's just that you're not able to perceive the difference immediately. It's just like working out in the gym. You can't see your muscles immediately, but it is happening under the layers. And just one fine day, people might walk up to you and say, you seem more energetic, you seem more clearer. What's happening with your confidence? It looks much better. Well, it's happening because you're doing all this work. Okay, and then you start seeing the changes slowly. So keep at it. Do not give up. Number two, second resource you can use is talk. Talk about what? Talk about your sexuality. When I say talk, I really mean verbalize. Don't just keep repeating it in your head. What do you want to talk about? And whom do you talk to? You don't have to have a specific person. If you don't know someone who you can trust, who will not judge you for opening up, you can talk to a plant, you can talk to a cat or dog. I've said this before in my videos. You can talk to a wall. You just verbalize. And what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about your fetish, you want to talk about your needs, you want to talk about your secrets. Spill it out of your system. Say things out. There's nothing wrong with you. There's no shame. These are things deep inside your psyche. Let them out. Verbalize them. Hear yourself say these things. Number three, get physical. You have a lot of energy inside of you. You want to spend that. Go out for anything that suits you. Examples, you can go for a swim, you can go for a walk, run, take any sports, take martial arts, anything that can help you sweat it out, use that modality. Combined these three things, you will start seeing a lot of changes in you. Physically, you'll feel yourself more energetic, more confident. And while you're doing these things, I'm not saying that quit cold turkey on your habit. Let your urges happen. Do what you have to. If you're still feeling like there is a drive and pull towards pornography, let that thing continue on the side. But create some time and prioritize these things so that these things can run on the side, and let the effect of these new habits slowly start affecting your existing habit. What I do with my clients is also help them with ridding this habit if they're ready to do this. And it doesn't have to be a few months or few weeks. It can be done in a matter of 45 minutes. How? Same thing, unconscious mind. We go deep beneath the layers and let the issue get resolved underneath the layers. People with 30, 40 years of smoking addiction can walk away free in 45 minutes. People with decades of addiction to pornography can walk away free in 45 minutes. And then they get to decide what do they want to do with all of the energy that is left. Build a more confident life, better relationships, have better shot in business and in work, in career, whatever it is that they want to do, that's their choice. So I hope that these steps will help you. Feel free to reach out to me, have a conversation with me. I'm happy to help you out whatever ways I can. Thanks so much for being with me. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.